Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to recognize PLL from just looking at two sides. Now this is a very difficult thing to do and you need to be very familiar with PLLs from looking at all four sides. So if you are not very familiar with the PLLs from four sides, you're going to get lost in this and you will not understand this. So if you guys are having trouble with it, I have a tutorial on how to recognize them and I'll put a link in the description for that. But this stuff is a lot more advanced. Now this video here is just the home page for this, okay? Because this will take quite a while to explain, I'm going to be making a couple videos on this, okay? So the first one, which is right here, it's going to be on figuring out which type of PLL it is, like if it's an A perm, an E perm, or whatever, okay? Now the second one that you'll see right here is going to be on determining which way the case is, like looking for where bars are or anything like that. So make sure you got the case set up properly. And also for determining which case it is, if it's a mirror case like a G perm A or a G perm B. Okay, and now for the G perm, so as you guys know there are four of them, and to make this a little bit easier to recognize all of them and not get them confused, I'm going to be saying G perm A, okay? So like put an A or a B before the beginning. So for the G perm A that I'm going to be explaining, it's basically going to be the one where the two corners that are solved, so the two headlights, are right next to the bar. And the B will be right here where the two corners are not connected to the bar. Okay, and so to explain how the G perms are going to be, I'm going to put them in the descriptions because it'd be a little bit hard to explain in a video. So I'm going to put in the description what the regular G perm refers to in the video, okay? Now this tutorial is not going to require you to be color neutral, okay? So it will make it a little bit easier for a few cases to be color neutral, but I'm going to be making this tutorial assuming you are not color neutral. Alright, now before we get started, I'm going to need to teach you guys a few things that you'll need to be able to recognize. The first thing is a bar, okay? So a bar is basically just a bunch of pieces that are connected together that are solved with each other, okay? Now there's two types of bars. There's this one here where you can see the entire bar, and then there's this one where it's on the side and you can't see the piece behind it, and it could connect like this, or it may not. But I'll tell you which kind of bar it is when we get to that case. The next thing is seeing how many colors are shown on each side, okay? Now for every single case, you will see 3 or 4 colors, except for 2 cases, okay? So it's very easy to tell if you can see all 4 colors, okay? So you see if you have all 4 colors, and then you may see it like this, where there's only 3 colors shown. The next thing is something else I'm going to show you, which is I'm going to call a corner edge opposite, okay? So it's where 2 opposite colors are touching right here. So the 2 stickers formed from the pieces being next to each other create a corner edge opposite. And in case you don't know what an opposite is, if you do 180-degree turns, you'll see that the pieces line up, okay? So that means blue to green, white to yellow, and orange to red if you use the regular color scheme. The next thing are headlights. Now, you guys probably already know what headlights are, but in case you don't remember what exactly they are basically 2 corners that are solved with each other, like this, okay? So, you'll see 2 corners that are solved with each other like that. And you may also get it like this, where all 4 corners are solved with each other. So, the only thing you need to see to recognize this is seeing that these 3 corners are solved with each other. The next thing I'm going to show you is something I'm going to call solved edges, okay? So there are 2 edges in the very front that you're going to see, and if the 2 edges belong right next to each other, they're called solved edges. Now they may not actually be solved like these ones here, so these would also be considered solved edges right here, okay? Now when the 2 edges are across from each other in the solved state, I'm going to call them opposite edges, okay? So those are some very important things that you're going to need to see when doing this. So that's all I have to say here. So click on these 2 here, and I'd recommend going to the first one right here where you learn which type of case it is, okay? So you can go to this one and let's get to it.